Would you believe Homeland Security developed an ID card with no guidelines on how to read or use it?
That's government for you. Fix it until it's broke.
What if we told you the cards cost us hundreds of millions of dollars to make?
We're probably talking in the billion range.
And what if we told you the feds have spent 15 years on this and still can't figure out how to read it?
What are we paying our officials in the offices for? To come up with some crazy, Looney Tune stuff like this?
It goes by many such names, even from the congressman who ordered it.
It's more of a Three Stooges, I should say, card that does not work, and it's a joke.
John Mica chaired the U.S. House Transportation Committee as the story of wasted money and what he would call absurdity took off.
Well, it's very sad. It is government at its worst, and also puts us at risk.
They intended to make our ports more secure. After the September 11th attacks, Congress created the Transportation Worker Identification Credential, or the TWIC program for short. It requires truckers and others to get these biometric cards to go through our ports without an escort. They're encoded with fingerprint data and more to match the person to the card. But Congress left the process for reading those cards to the bureaucrats. And that's where Mica says they goofed.
We spent 15 years trying to develop a system with a card that we've described as Mickey Mouse, and it does put us at risk.
Mickey Mouse could take offense to that.
Well, actually they do a pretty good job.
Yes, Disney World rolled out its wristbands with biometrics and scanners in a fraction of the time, while the federal TWIC program sputtered and stalled.
Wasting time, paying money for nothing.
Through the years, covert government tests revealed the cards could be obtained through forgery or fraud. Public records show illegal immigrants received cards. And after 10 years of development, the pilot program to read the cards failed government tests for being inaccurate and unreliable.
Unfortunately, that's the way government works.
Government projected the total cost of the TWIC cards could exceed $3 billion. And that did not include costs associated with implementing operating readers. Another audit last fall found more lapses and oversight. Truckers pay more than $100 to get the card.
It's not helping us any at all as drivers, I can say that.
Last year, Congress had seen enough. It put rules on how to use and scan the cards on hold and ordered another assessment, which can leave the port managers at a loss for words.
Well, it's been delayed because there's still a number of questions on the viability of the TWIC program overall.
Viability, it's been 15 years.
Yeah, I understand that. Viability, I don't really have an answer for you.
David St. Pierre runs security at Port Manatee. With no standards on how to read the cards, he took his best guess and bought scanners that do pick up the information in the cards when the cards work.
Well, the minuses are the TWIC still has a pretty high failure rate.
A high failure rate because they're fragile and can break when you expose them to direct sunlight or put them in your pocket or wallet.
Your wallet flexes, it bends the card, breaks the antenna.
Which is something some truckers discovered the hard way.
I put it in my billfold set on it just like I would a credit card. I didn't realize it had a chip. Nobody said don't sit on it.
Or may discover soon.
You know, if you keep that TWIC card in your wallet, it'll break.
Ain't not gonna break.
The TWIC people have tried to rectify that by giving us plastic shields.
Though you still have to pull the fragile card in and out of the shield every time you need to use it and hope it doesn't break.
So you think about the wear and tear on the credential itself. That's why it happens.
We also notice this happens. When the cards do work, truckers don't always know how to use them with readers obtained through best guesswork that differ from port to port. And when they do know how to use them, they can still fail if they get exposed to dust.
There's dust, there's dirt, there's, from the traffic that goes by. If that reader thing is dirty, it's not going to get a reader, but have to do it again.
Which can slow lines in busy ports, costing more time and money.
Most ports, because of the failure rate of the TWIC card, take the TWIC as a originating document and then will issue their own credentials independently.
Meanwhile, this new Inspector General's report shows that federal law enforcement agents could not even explain what a TWIC is. And the system, designed to stop terrorists after 9/11, issued cards to known or suspected terrorists. And we don't know how many or what else went wrong because that part's blacked out. It's all too much for the hardworking truckers who, along with taxpayers, pay for this program and say we're all getting burned.
No sense. You understand what I'm saying? No sense.
No sense.
It's a completely no sense. And spending money or nothing.